Animation as a medium only recently has been more accepted outside of the children's space within the Western world. Animated adult TV shows have gained huge popularity thanks to companies like Adult Swim. Along with adult animation becoming more accepted, anime has also started to become more mainstream within the Western world. Even with these new perspectives that some Western people have adopted on anime, it is still mainly looked down upon as being intended for children or teenagers by the majority of the West. Interestingly, this is the exact opposite for Eastern countries like Japan, where it is much more common to watch animated films and TV as an adult. According to a survey conducted by the Nippon Research Center in October of 2019, around 33% of people in Japan stated that they consume manga or anime. Japan started creating animated films back in 1917, but due to several wars, the industry was held back. The anime industry did not hit its stride until 1956 when Okawa Hiroshi, president of the Toei Film Company, created the Toei Animation Company in hopes of creating the Disney of the East. Toei went on to release a number of many famous anime TV shows and films like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Fist of the North Star. Over time, as the Japanese animation industry continued to blossom with many unique series and films, Western films began to copy and be influenced by some of their ideas. With only one anime film ever winning an Academy Award for the Best Animated Feature with Hayao Miyazaki's film Spirited Away.
Hayao Miyazaki.
It is clear that America and Western cinema does not appreciate beautifully crafted adult animated films that many Japanese filmmakers are iconic for. Western cinema not appreciating Japanese animation is actually ironic because many popular live-action films in the West are influenced by, directly copy scenes, or even copy the entire narrative from older Japanese anime films and TV shows. One talented Japanese film director, animator, and manga artist that the West drew heavy inspirations from is Satoshi Kon. Satoshi Kon created many creative and beautiful films that heavily influenced Western cinema and deserves more credit than he gets. Kon's famous film Perfect Blue, that released in 1997, follows a J-pop idol as she transitions into an actress. Along the way, the film turns into a psychological horror with stalkers, a string of murders, and Mima, the main character, loses her grip on reality. Darren Aronofsky bought the rights to Perfect Blue in order to recreate an exact scene from it in his 2000 film about drug addictions, Requiem for a Dream. Aronofsky also directed the film Black Swan, which follows a ballerina named Nina Sayers who is competing for a role in a show called Swan Lake. Throughout the film, she begins to lose grip on her reality and hallucinates, which follows a very similar plot to Perfect Blue. There are many similar scenes throughout the film, and even the main characters have extremely similar names, with Mima and Nina. Aronofsky also foolishly claims that Perfect Blue was not an inspiration for Black Swan. Satoshi Kon's last film before he unfortunately passed away of pancreatic cancer in 2010 at only 46 was Paprika. Paprika is a 2006 psychological thriller film that follows a battle between a dream terrorist who is causing nightmares for people and a research psychologist who enters the dream world as Paprika, a dream detective, to investigate the case. The 2010 film Inception, created by the director Christopher Nolan, also draws heavily from Satoshi Kon's work, with the main character Cobb, a professional thief who steals information by infiltrating the subconscious of his targets. Just like in the case of Perfect Blue and Black Swan, Satoshi Kon's narrative was once again ripped off in Inception. Inception's use of reality-bending visuals is a clear influence from direct scenes from Kon's Paprika. Satoshi Kon to me will always be an unrecognized legend and has my immense respect for his great, beautiful films. Another famous film that was heavily influenced by Japanese animation is The Matrix. The Wachowskis actually asked the creator of Ghost in the Shell for permission before creating the movie because the film was so influenced by Ghost in the Shell on a scene-by-scene basis. Many of the cyberpunk aesthetics, fight scenes, and the famous green title text are all inspired from Ghost in the Shell. From all the examples I've provided, it is clear that Western cinema heavily has drawn from Japanese animation. Sadly, in most cases, the proper credit was not given to the Japanese films, but regardless, anime fans still recognize the clear influence and were sure to call the filmmakers out. As Japanese animation and anime becomes more popular in the West, I hope people can begin to recognize the clear inspirations of Japanese anime films within Western cinema, and begin to give directors like the great Satoshi Kon their proper respect. To end this video off and put some stuff into perspective, Satoshi Kon's insanely creative film Paprika released in 2006 and was not even nominated for Best Animated Feature. That year at the Oscars, Warner Bros. Animated film Happy Feet won the Oscar for the Best Animated Feature.
And the Oscar goes to, let's see, Happy Feet.
This is the first Academy Award.
Thanks if you stuck around this long, and check out my other video on the anime video editor Takeshi Seiyama.